Texas, and Tampa, Florida, all under the same government. Protesters all across the country that have protest against ICE, Border Patrol, DHS, any federal agency that is essentially tied to the ongoing immigration enforcement efforts here in Minneapolis, but as we also know, across the country as well. Let's try to make our way to the tour here. Huge crowd here. Oh man, folks, I can tell you, just being here within the past hour, we've been watching streets here just fill up. It's hard to see where the crowd ends from our vantage point. But we're going to try to get you this vantage point at the front here. We are getting closer and closer. You saw a man with a sign that said, "Not a paid protester." Obviously, that is somewhat a response to ongoing accusations against some Minnesotans that they are paid agitators of that right. That's not the only man I've seen so far with the big sign that says, "Not paid protester." We're almost up there. So, folks, I know we're just a week away from having about 50,000 people on the streets as well. It's going to be hard to get a tabulation here, but it looks to me we're either close to those numbers, tens of thousands at the very least. As we also know, today is also a nationwide day of action, too. We know that student organizations have been organizing and telling people to essentially, hey, excuse me, sir, excuse me, no school, no shopping. One second. Something to do. We just almost fell off the tracks here. It's very slowly. 1 second. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah. You could actually see folks who have been running on these tracks or positioned on these tracks. Oh, she's trying to make it swim here. See folks get out of the way. Rick, if I could ask her a quick question. Folks, ask your name if you're comfortable sharing it.
My name is Barbara.
Barbara, can you tell me?
Miss Liberty today.
Miss Liberty, yes. Not a statue, because I seen you moving through it.
Right.
Can I ask you, what made you bring out the Liberty costume?
I'm an artist, and symbols mean a lot to me. And the symbol of Miss Liberty is the most important representation of America that I know. And I feel that we have lost our way. So I'm here to represent the welcoming beacon of light that is liberty.
Miss Liberty, I know you're not a statue. I hear it in your voice. I hear your voice cracking a little bit. I know this means a lot to you. Can I ask why? Like, why is this so personal to you?
I haven't lived in Minnesota all my life. I've lived in other countries as well. But something that's always made me so proud as an American is how welcoming we are of immigrants, of foreigners, that we are a bastion of education and opportunity for others. And I feel like we've lost our way with this ICE shutdown. It's not who we are.
I want to get your reaction with Tom Homan coming in this week. He's the border czar. He took over operations statewide. Initially, there were some thoughts that there was going to be maybe a downward trend of activity. That doesn't look like it's going to be shifting. President Trump just said that's not the case. I'm wondering how you feel. Do you just see any light at the end of this tunnel? I've been speaking with people
I'll tell you what,
both sides.
the whole world is watching us. I have heard from friends all over the country and all over the world, and they're watching us. This is the wrong message from Trump. He may be surrounded by people who are super racist and super bigoted. He needs to listen to other advisors at this point. This is wrong. Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller need to lose their jobs. They have no regard for human life, and the rest of us do.
I do want to also let you know the entire country is indeed watching. This is kickstarting nationwide protests from coast to coast, all under the guise of ICE Out.
We appreciate that because we're exhausted.
As physically, mentally,
both. This is hard. It's freezing cold. What you don't get out of the pictures and the video is how cold it's been here. And to stand outside, this is not weather that we would be skiing in or hiking in. This is getting us out here because we feel it in our hearts and we need to be here to send a message.
Well, that's why I'm out here with you, feeling the cold, but thank you. Appreciate your time.
Where will we see this?
We're actually streaming right now on WCCO.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks, we're going to try to make our way around this now that the train has gotten out of the way here. You can actually see the safety officer here in a yellow vest pushing people away off the tracks here.
Which one? Federal or state? This is the government center. That's the courthouse. Through the crowd. Back up. Back up.
Pulling on you. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Folks, I'm not sure if you heard or saw what happened there, but there are so many people here that strings are quite literally getting attached. We're trying to. Printer. Excuse me, sorry. Squeak. If you could turn around real quick, I hear speakers on that side of this. Folks, it is really hard to work our way around this. All right, well, I just want to give you folks a little indication of where we are. We're at US Bank Plaza. If you're the relative going by right next to us. Can I ask real quick, can I ask your name?
Claire.
Claire, what brought you out here today?
We just really are very afraid for our neighbors and immigrants and everybody. So it's our duty to be out here supporting them.
I want to ask who you came with, if you came by yourself.
Yeah, my family. Yes.
The entire family's involved in this. Why make it a group family outing to all be together?
We want to add to the numbers, and also it's important for all of the generations to take part in it and learn how it's really important.
I'm wondering what you're hoping she learns.
Well, I'm really proud at her school. They're already talking about how they really miss their classmates because they don't feel safe coming to school, And we want her to learn that she can make a difference when there are problems in society.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time. I have to stop that for a brief moment here because I heard a lot of clapping. Something is obviously going on. Speaker in the center of the plaza currently leading chants. You can hear it right here. I think we're starting to march here. More people are starting to take steps. And essentially where we are currently situated, we know if people are taking steps, there's some movement here because the crowd here is just extremely large. Well, folks, looks like the march is about to begin. We're going to head on down, but keep with us. We'll be back with the latest at 4, 5, and 6. But for now, I'm Kevin Coe for WCCO News. Is what they fear. Minnesota, let's be clear. A general strike is what they fear. A general strike is what they fear. A general strike is what they fear. If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, shut it down! 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 I'm going to introduce our first speaker. This is Naomi. Give it up for Naomi!
Good afternoon, Minneapolis. I want you to join me in a variation on the chant we've been doing all the way here. When I say, if we don't get it, I want you to say, strike, strike, strike. If we don't get it, I say, if we don't get it, strike, strike, strike. That's right, and that's exactly what we did here on Friday. We shut it down on Friday in a general strike. Hundreds of thousands of people across the cities and across the state poured into the downtown to shut it down completely, to demand ice out of Minnesota, to demand ice on more streets. I cannot impress upon you enough what an enormous victory that was. Because that was the first time in nearly 100 years that a general strike was called for and succeeded because of all of you. Guiding. When we made history, the entire eyes of the nation were on us. We wanted to look to us for inspiration and for hope that this tactic, which has not been used in nearly a century, could be done and could win again. And the very next day, we were confronted with an unspeakable tragedy and unspeakable violence. I find my personally to my attention, we know the message that the Trump administration was trying to send. They wanted to strike back against us and make us feel afraid right after we exercise an enormous amount of power. And what happens now is that we are in a moment of struggle. We are now going back and forth with this great administration. That we would be scared. They were hoping that we would spread across the rest of the country and people would feel powerless and afraid and alone. But what do we have right here? We have thousands of people here. And that's the message that is going out to the rest of the country. We Minnesotans are some of the bravest people out there. Nothing is too cold. Nothing is too frightening. Our solidarity and our unity is unbeatable. They wanted us to go back. They wanted to turn back the tides of possibility with this horrific murder. They wanted the rest of the country to say maybe it's not possible for them. But now the momentum we have unleashed is unstoppable. Anytime the Trump administration thinks about invading another city with another deployment, they have to wonder, will they be like Minneapolis and do a general strike against us? We are not extend and expand this strike. Our power as working people is that we make society run. We are the backbone of our economies. We are the neighbors that look out for each other. We are the teachers, the students, the care workers that make everything possible. And so if we want to say that we want ICE out of our communities, we know where our power is, and we can wield it again. This strike needs to spread to other cities. This strike needs to continue right here in the state of Minnesota until we get what we want. The tactic of the general strike is what raises our horizon for what is possible. Several months ago, the idea of a general strike, most people didn't even know unless it came off of a history book. And now hundreds of thousands of us from Friday lived through a general strike. We now know what is possible. And so we must continue to raise the horizon of what can be done, because months ago they said that something like this could not be done. Months ago, there was no clear path forward to fight back against ICE terror. But now we have a path forward to a just future, to an end to this racist administration, to a just world that serves all of us and meets the needs that we have. That is why the general strike is necessary. That is why the strike needs to extend and expand. It is because if we continue to stay unified, if we continue to stand up for each other, we have a world to win for all of us. I want to end by talking through this chant that we've been chanting in these streets. It is our duty, it is our right. Strike, strike, strike. It is our duty to stand up for one another. It is our duty to speak out against this racist, violent campaign that is being carried out against our neighbors, against our loved ones. When we say it is our duty, it is because it is only us that is going to stand up for us. And so we cannot afford to be silent, and we must continue to hit the streets. And the next part is that it is our right. It is our right to strike, because we are the working people that make everything run. We are the people that create all of the wealth of society. It is our right to say that we don't want to say how society is run. That is why we will hit the streets until we get justice for Renee, until we get justice for Alex, until every single last ICE agent is out of Minnesota. Now you all know it. Chant with me. It is our duty. It is our right. Strike, 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 strike. It is our duty. It is our right. Strike, 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 strike.
I got some words real quick, and I want to extend that into a chant, baby, right now. You know what will kick out ice? Minnesota, expand the strike! You know what will kick out ice? Minnesota, expand the strike! You know what will kick out ice? Minnesota, expand the strike! Minnesota, expand the strike! Minnesota, expand the strike! Make some noise, Minneapolis! Keep it up! I could call myself a champ. The huge President's Day sale at Slumberland. Get a Sealy mattress for just $3.99. Save
Get up here, push your back. Push your back. Out of the way, Cole. Out of the way. Good girl. Good girl. Step down. Right time to step down, please. Please.
oil change and auto service. When it comes to batteries, engines, brakes, and tire rotations, we can fix that.
story again. I'm Doug. Again, I'm a U.S. military veteran. I was in the Army.
Do you spend all day in meetings, back to back to back to back to back? Find it hard to focus and actually get stuff.
I unblock you. But yeah, if not, I'll unblock you. It was an accident.
Good afternoon. This is Tina Desiree Berg. We are reporting live from Minneapolis. We are at the Ice Out protest. These are a series of nationwide protests that are occurring today in the United States. I am speaking with Kelly, who is with MIRAC, which is an immigrants' right group here in Minnesota. So first of all, tell me a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so I'm with MIRAC, the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. We're an all-volunteer grassroots organization. We've been organizing in the Twin Cities for almost 20 years, demanding legalization for all, and end to border militarization, and currently, the abolition of ICE and its whole apparatus.
So you've been talking about eliminating ICE longer than a lot of other folks have. I do want to ask you, going back to like when George Bush was president, when W. Bush was president, DHS was created sort of out of a politicized environment surrounding what happened on 9/11. Do you think that creating DHS, creating ICE, moving Border Patrol over, taking away some of the things the FBI used to do, adding them, all of that stuff has led us to this inevitable place where it's just politicized law enforcement?
To some extent, yes. Before 9/11, before the creation of DHS, CBP, ICE, and USCIS, those functions were carried out by the INS, the Immigration Naturalization Service. And really, if you go back in U.S. history, back to colonial times, we see that the immigration laws in this country have been weaponized against certain groups of people, right? Japanese internment camps, Chinese Exclusion Act, the INS specifically targeted Mexicans on the Southwest for deportation. And so this isn't something new. This is really part of a pattern of a white supremacist government in this country. And truly, under Democrat and Republican presidents and administrations, we have seen violence against immigrants. We've seen deportations, family separation, and all the evils that come with that.
In fact, if you go back to World War II, the immigrant quotas that historically happened during that period, and you look at like the Christian Front, there was also an attempted coup against the government, against FDR's policies, because they wanted a white national America First state back then. So this is something that's definitely been repeated. Do you see any similarities between that period of time and what's happening right now?
That's a great question. I'm not an expert on that time period, but we do know that history repeats itself, right? We see.
But as Masa Saidi reports, it's not that simple.
Tonight at the Target in Richfield, a show of resistance. Protesters filled the aisles with song. This is where two workers were briefly detained after a dispute with federal agents. And the day since, the community has called Target to publicly denounce ICE and ban immigration officers from all stores. The demands have grown louder, but the law may not be on their side. Legal experts say Target does not have the authority to block ICE from public spaces. They have the same right to enter as anyone else. Miles away,
Last night, I said I'm coming.
we met Emmett Bryant outside the Target in St. Louis Park. Emmett lives just steps from where Renee Good was killed. For him, Minnesota isn't just a place, it's a promise of showing up. He saw it after George Floyd.
They asked me, well, he was a black person. How do I see so many people that don't look like us here? I said, this is Minnesota. When something happens to anyone, everyone is involved.
He felt it when his family had nothing.
And there was a group of people that didn't look like me, helped us get housing.
In 1968,
1969, Emmett moved to Minnesota with his mom and three sisters. The community made him never leave.
They didn't even give us handouts. They just helped us so that we could be able to make a class. I'll never forget that. I'm a IT technician. Could have went anywhere.
No one we spoke with knows what's next, but they know this.
There's not a person in the Twin Cities that hasn't been impacted in some way. It's just true.
I know we're not going to stop protesting.
We are not cracking.
In Minneapolis, I'm Masa Saidi, WCCO News.
That feel good? We're not fucking being hit! Here to fucking shoot people! That's hilarious. Yeah. I am arrogant. Right, name is that? Alcohol 4. What's your initial? Yeah. You ain't know it. Why would I ask? Why would I not be a citizen of this country? Are you a citizen? Why are you getting close? I can hear you. You can stand there. How come she got a GoPro and you got the police issued a body cam? What's going on with you? Why do we have to? She has this. Dude, listen. I'm here working. You're working here, right? So go, it says U.S. Border Patrol. This is not the border. Go to the Canada border or the Mexico border. I'm working, dude. What do you mean if I'm from this country? I can hear you understand accent. Oh, so you're going by accent now? Is that what it is? Is there accent? Have you heard the Israeli accent? Have you heard the European accent? It's garbage. It's retarded. You go by accent? You guys go to argue? I got time. I got time today. You're not arguing. You're proving my point. Man. You guys do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to show you. I don't have to show you anything. If a police officer comes here, I'll comply with it. But U.S. Border Patrol, I don't even know if you're a real police officer. Where's your ID? Where's your ID? And I'm not going to go by C20. That's a periodic chemical. That's a periodic element. C20? What do you cover 20? My social media. This lady comes knocking, sir. Don't mess with me. It was the same. You guys just shot somebody now. Who else you guys would have done? That ain't you guys? It wasn't us. That wasn't us. Hey, my nigga. Whoa. Harassed African. You guys got the right guy. I got the time today. So you're from Mills. Mr. Mills. So you're from Africa. Where you from, Mr. Mills, with your big ass body? Where you from? Big ass body? Yeah. All of these other motherfuckers small, man. Look at you. Hey, the famous guy. I was giving this guy a big time. Look at it. You got hair and shit. What's up, officer? How you doing, man? Let me talk to you guys. You doing all right today? You doing all right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the soundtrack and everything. These guys, the officers coming over there harassing the hell out of me. This guy said, no, he said, because I got an accent. He has to, you said everyone from other countries? Yeah, have you seen the European accent, brother? I know you guys can understand my English. I got an accent, I know that. I'm black as me, I got an accent. Yeah, you got a busted accent. No, man, what do you do? I do. What's going on, guys? You said I have an accent. Homeland Security, influencer. What's going on? What are you guys going to do today? You guys want to take me in? Are you illegal alien? Illegal alien, man. I feel like I'm from another planet. Yes. I'm from another planet. Oh, okay. Yeah. If that's the case, you're from another planet. That counts too. Well, if that counts, well, I'm an alien, guys. Let's get into this shit. You got lab? Blood test. See what that is. Yeah. Hey, I shaved too. I mean, yours, you're just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Mr. Mills. Mr. C20, cup on 20. And alcohol 5 over here. I go by A3. Nice to meet you. Man, isn't this crazy? So you guys are doing a crazy job going everywhere. You literally appreciate that. That's crazy. Yeah. But the thing is, you're just going off the wrong shit. You gotta find the criminals, man, not the people working. This is an Uber waiting lot. We're literally working. You know, I've been here since. Look, criminals doing Uber? Oh yeah, that's not how it works, man. Maybe criminals are doing ICE. How about that? You know what I'm saying? You guys shooting at people, man. Somebody just got shot for what? Why did you guys shoot that nigga? Answer me that. There's an officer today that shot a nigga in the head, dude. For what? I don't know what they do in the head, man. You got all these stuff. You could have just died, man. You're not gonna like fly out of the country. Like an ambulance with a spaceship. Yeah. It is what it is, man. What you guys gonna do? Literally the person here is working. Uber, if you don't have an app, if Uber didn't verify you, if your app is not active, you cannot be here working. You know that?
Verify censorship for
That look, I don't work for Uber in that capacity. They literally flipping me out too. They make sure that you're safe. They do a background check. They just don't. They just don't give you the app access immediately. They run the background. So yeah. You guys coming here pissing in our little front corner, taking over everything.
Roku self-serve ads platform.
Why would I ask you? Why would I not be a citizen of this country, man? Are you a citizen? Why are you getting close? I can hear you. You can stand there. How come she got a GoPro and you got the police issued a voice check? What's going on with you guys? Why do I have to? She has this. Dude, listen. I'm here working. You're working here, right? So go. It says U.S. Border Patrol. This is not the border. Go to the Canada border or the Mexican border. I'm working, dude. What do you mean if I'm from this country? I can really not have the same accent as me. That's why. Oh, so you go by accent now? I want to know that what it is? Where were you born? Is that accent? Have you heard the Israeli accent? Have you heard the real ugly on you. Your hair looks real ugly on you, bitch. I made sure I got the red kid, man. Red kid.
Be a person who in 50 years will be proud to tell your grandchildren the truth about what you did in 2026. Those fucking cowards. Think of the lies they'll be telling for the rest of their fucking lives when this is over. Think of the lies they will tell to avoid consequences when we, the people, have had our fucking uprising. I am tired of fighting for my neighbors.
They're not gonna bear spread. We're not no animals. Yeah, we are peaceful people. Yeah, and we're not gonna let no innocent people.
Can't get my people nowhere.
We're not gonna let no innocent people die. I'm not watching.
Yeah, but my relatives died.
But guess what?
You smell like alcohol. What are you talking about?
Man, listen, man. The devil's a lie.
You smell like alcohol. What are you doing?
And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stand together. We're not gonna do no drama, nothing. Here we are. I thank everybody for coming out here. I thank everybody.
Bill, say that we got people being shot in the face on our streets, right? Every goddamn judge on either side of me, in the state courts, in the federal courts, can be doing something. At the very least, keeping ICE out of those fucking courtrooms. They have the power to do that. Everybody in every part of this whole structure has the ability to resist. Certain and somebody. The question is, when are they going to do it?
We're gonna start. We're gonna start.
We're gonna ice out ICE.
Let's go. No innocent people died on our watch. We're not gonna let some foreign people come to our house and kill us. She didn't do nothing. I saw the video. She just drove off. Wrong is wrong and right is right. She drove off innocent. And they killed her, shot her in her head. So this is where it stops. We're gonna start with the federal people. Here's the jail, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna come together and we're gonna do things right, peacefully. They want us to mess things up. They're peacefully. They're not, because we're together. This is what we're doing. We're marching. This ain't a man march, it's a 1,000-man march. Look, they stopped the bench press. They're gonna bench press no more. They see us calm down. We're peaceful. We're organized. Where's my lawyer? We all together. We all out here together.
I don't know here.
Let's keep a one up off of a name. Let's keep a one up off of a name. Yeah, they got a lot of junk in that car. I'm gonna drive around. Do you guys all hop in the same car?
Oh, sure. Yes.
So, what are your plans? Are you planning on going to protest or are you always on your side?
Yeah, so we actually posted last week as well too. I made these signs. One because Kendrick always makes historical, memorable sayings. So I decided to make this sign. Also, just to represent my Hmong community as well. I drank my mama's moonshine because fuck ice.
And what do you think about ICE being in your city? Do you live here?
Yes, I do.
What do you think happened to your city and the killings of Renee?
It's horrific. I'm not gonna lie, I had nightmares every day. Last night, I literally had nightmares that they said that it doesn't matter who you are, even if you have a green card, citizenship, whatever it is, you're gonna be taken out. So can't sleep at night, can't do my daily life.
Where are you from? Are you
I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota.
perfect? And then what's the first name last name?
First name is Cyan. Initial last name is L.
How I spell it?
That's just L.
Last name.
Oh, first name CYANN, then L for my last name.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on, this is doing it. You have to take this photo.
Shake it up with HSN. Get in on the fun. Shop HSN today.
marching as part of a day of action calling for an end of funding for ICE. And just in the last 30 minutes, things have taken a turn outside the federal building. This is a live look from Skyfox. It's becoming more and more chaotic. We want to welcome you to Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. On Fox 11 Plus, I'm Marla Tejas, here for Christina Vine. In LA and across the U.S., a national shutdown in protest of ICE immigration enforcement. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez. She's live in downtown LA where the turnout, it is massive and things are getting rowdy. Christina.
Definitely in the last half an hour. I had to put this down because they've been occasionally gassing the crowd. Let me show you what's going on. Over here, the detention center, the front of it, we've been here before. The crowd has amassed in this area. We got a few hundred people, and you might see that, there's some bottle throwing. They seem to be trying to get in. Every once in a while, you see gas going at the crowd and the crowd back up. Let me now show you to the other side. This is, again, the front of the group that you're looking at, a rather large group, but the more in-your-face group that is an offspring of what started today as a very peaceful situation. Let's go to that. Many heard the call for a national shutdown in Los Angeles. No school, no work, no shopping. From organizers in Minneapolis calling for a nationwide day of action.
I am the grandson of someone who marched from Selma to Montgomery. And the only way you make change in this country is to get out there and protest.
And of course, this action here, there's just hundreds and hundreds of people. It is stifling through the crowd. It starts out like a rally and pretty much just people gathering. And it is by no means the only of these events happening in Southern California. Skyfox over the downtown rally, pretty huge. But also, they were over this one in Woodland Hills, another one in Santa Monica, this group here in Pasadena, another one in Burbank, and on the ground in Studio City, students rallying on the corner of Laurel Canyon and Ventura. Downtown, more students from East LA.
Everyone here is related to an immigrant. If your family is okay, you don't care. But until your family's gone, everything breaks down for you.
Some businesses closing down, like Stronghold climbing down Jim and Echo Park, where the owner tells Fox 11.
It's personal. It's our city. It's like, and we're angry. And of course we're angry because we're being overrun by thugs.
Other businesses like North Hollywood's Tejano planning to open, supporting the protest with donations. Still doing shopping at markets, coffee shops. And this man continued cleaning bus stops in North Hollywood. And horseshoers in Pacoima say rallies as much as they wanted to join those like this woman with her daughters, who says that little one holding the Stop Killing People sign is the same baby strapped to her chest in this photo at a protest 8 years ago. I always tell my children to stand up for what's right. Don't you get afraid for them sometimes? I mean, these things can get crazy. It only really gets crazy when they tell people to go home and they don't go home. And back here live, we're giving you a picture from the ground and what it looks like from the air to give you a good sense of what's happening here. To the woman's point, we have not had an order of dispersal here. We have not seen LAPD or any local authority, but at the same time, as you can see the crowd, there's been some bottle throwing. There's definitely some attempts to get a lot closer to the detention center doors that I think they want them to be. We've been gassed a couple of times. I do expect this to continue in that kind of mode for some time, and we'll have to see what happens. I'm Christina Gonzalez live at the detention center. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Christina, we want to stay with the shot because it's pretty riveting at this point. We're seeing the flags being waved, Mexican flags, of course, down below among those, and then we're seeing law enforcement with their shields up. We see a whole lot of debris strewn about. This is from the Skyfox vantage point. Christina, when you say that you've been gassed, is that by fellow protesters out there, or is that from law enforcement?
No. A couple of times, law enforcement, federal officials have tried to move the crowd away from getting too close to the door. And so they throw some gas at them to move them back. And they move them back and then they come back in. The bottles that you see on the ground have come from the ground. They periodically start throwing stuff at them. And then they stop for a while. This is the dance, as it were. that happens out here. I will tell you that speaking to the organizers of the original rally today, this was not part of what they had in mind. They wanted to stay in front of City Hall. They knew there were going to be groups coming here, and these things are very organic. So you see what happens generally as the sun goes down. And the majority of the families and the people who are here, and I'm talking about hundreds of people, they have left. Little by little, we do see people leaving, and a different type of crowd, no less vocal, no less emotional about it, no less hard feeling about it, but ready to be a little bit more in your face, much more, active about it. At the same time, I got to tell you, a couple of federal vehicles have been able to get in and out without problem, which I thought there was going to be a problem. And that's a credit to them.
The federal vehicles that you're mentioning, did they carry inside detainees?
No, we didn't. They were just the federal vehicles bringing in people. This has not gone into the proportions. We have not seen anybody brought in. As a matter of fact, as long as we've been here, this has been going on and on for the last couple of hours. And we'll see what happens. Eventually, hopefully, it will not get to the point that okay, you see a couple of people moving back. We might be now. Okay, they start hearing noise and people start moving back because there's a certain sound to when they start using the non or the less than lethal. But I haven't seen any gas in the last half hour or so.
I think I may have seen a flash or something.
We'll have to see what happens.
Okay, and we do, know we're seeing a lot of politically correct signs, if you will, now the vicinities. Let me just say that may not be PC, depending on which side of the aisle you stand on. But I just want to apologize to our viewers if you do see some profanity. It can be a little difficult in a fluid situation like that. So just take that for what it's worth. Christina, the turning point when this went from calm to more chaotic, is it simply because it's now 5 o'clock, the sun will be setting soon, or was there a pivotal moment that changed the vibe?
No, I think what happened is a lot of people decided that there was a big march that that we had started here, and a lot of people went to East LA, and that march group decided to go towards Boyle Heights. Some of the groups stayed here, and about 4 o'clock, as it usually happens when it starts getting darker, people started to go home, and the crowd begins to change a little bit. And that is when, this started to get a little bit more active this way. And, apologies from my end as well. We're trying to do what we can. We don't want to have signs that are offensive to people who may be watching. If you're at home and you have your kids at home, keep in mind that we can only do what we can do.
Absolutely.
The same thing with people screaming in the background. So, but our apologies. Now, I don't know if you can see because you have a better view right now than me from the helicopter, actually, if you have it. But I do see a group of people kind of approaching. And when you start seeing the umbrellas go up, and you start seeing certain kinds of things happen in the crowd, it's like somebody's getting ready for something. I'm not in there. You see, I'm not just from the ground. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Christina, if I can just jump in, if the crowd has certainly been pushed back, I don't know if they voluntarily, it didn't take a lot of coaxing, it seems, because now there is quite a bit of distance, ultimately, except for a few of those protesters who do stand pretty close to the shielded officers right there at the entrance way, and one in particular was holding a combo flag of Mexico and the United States.
Yes, and I don't know if you can see, they're beginning to throw bottles again, and I just saw a guy come in with some barricades, a protester, and he's holding 2 or 3 barricades under his arm. He's making his way into the middle of the crowd. What that usually means is that they're going to set them up between themselves and the officers, and eventually, to protect themselves and to throw them at them. That's usually what happens. At least that's what I have seen in the past. So they're definitely getting ready for an escalation at some point. And hopefully nobody will get hurt here.
And is it fair to say that collectively, those out there, and it may not be every single person, but ultimately the goal here is to abolish ICE or defund?
The people I talk to would like to see both. A lot of them would like to see at least some kind of defunding. What they would like most immediately, but everybody, that's what we're doing. People are telling us that they are gassing people over here to the right. And thank you. Let's see if we can get some of that right now.
Most definitely see
You
that.
might see the smoke.
Yeah, we have a clear
Yeah. So, okay, so that they're beginning to try to push them back. And the situation, although your question earlier, I think what they would like to see is to stop seeing images of what looks like ICE officers abusing people out of the streets. That's the least of what they'd like to see. A lot of people would like to see the stop of all actions by ICE. They would like them to stop going through their neighborhoods, arresting people who are here just because they're here illegally. A lot of people talked about that. One thing that surprised me is there were a lot of middle class folks from the Orange County area, for example, the kinds of people, not right now, but earlier, that I think those images, what they are seeing happening, around the country, is beginning to make a difference. One after another, whether they're right or wrong, whether it's right or wrong, and I'm not going to even attempt, no matter what, those images are beginning to make an impact on that middle of the road human being, that middle class voter that perhaps voted for Trump. But wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. I don't, even as some admit that some of the protesters get in the faces of the officers, and we could go back and forth with that. But those images, I will tell you, are making a difference because a lot of the people who came here that I have not seen in these crowds before are saying that's what drew them here.
Yeah, so in other words, they are taking umbrage with the Trump policy of immigration enforcement. Some would argue, would say that, and we're looking live at it, I don't know if this was what sort of a structure this is here, but we're seeing protesters knock something over right here in front of the loading dock, and they were successful in doing so, whatever that was. They just physically knocked something over. This is from Sky Fox, Christina, just for your knowledge. What I was saying was,
Yeah, I'm outside that.
no, go ahead.
I can't see that point of view because I'm right outside that initial line of people. So I can't. You have a better view from the helicopter than me. I see the edge of what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I was just getting into over the weekend after the Alex Preddy shooting death, Trump seemingly backing off or at least lessening the tone of how he was going about, the administration was going about immigration enforcement. Obviously, this is a nationwide event that's happening today. And in fact, eventually we will get to other parts of the country to show you it's not just here in Los Angeles, not at all. Christina, about the gas
I think what
go ahead.
Detective Balance Cross. Are you familiar with Lance Duran? This guy doesn't make mistakes.
What happens next is up to you.
I want justice.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every thousand you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months.
Dear yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I was just going to tell you, I see some officers from the back here coming out. We'll see what happens, but they may be bringing out some more tear gas. And so they may be beginning to move this crowd back or thinking about it. I think the line that somebody said to me today that made me think, again, I'm not going to get political or take a side on this, but for some of those people, what they said was this: when cruelty becomes normal on my television screen, and then kindness looks radical. And then there's a thought, this is from a middle class person,
Right.
that is not, has never been to a protest and has never been in any of this. When people like that are saying things like that, the administration may want to listen to them. I don't know.
Are you
This
finding
is a better
that?
way to do the job visually.
Are you finding that the vast majority of those in downtown Los Angeles today are from the greater LA area?
Oh no, we had people here from all over. That group here earlier at 1, 2, and 4 o'clock, these people were from Orange County, from and many other places, as we showed you, have their own rallies and protests. So a lot of people stayed in their own communities. But I was really surprised as to how many people came here from very far away. And that's why I started trying to talk to them. There's a usual crowd that we talk to and we run into. That's not what I saw earlier today, for better or worse. A lot of people are saying that they're being drawn to these things because they want to see with their own eyes what's going on. Now, I don't see a lot of those folks here today.
Right. Yeah, it's certainly
This time of the
escalating.
afternoon, they've gone home.
It's escalating in front of the loading dock. We just saw that structure be pushed over, and now they're. Was this dragged in by the protesters? Did somebody have eyes on that in our control room, in our booth? It looks like. I mean, you could liken it to a container ship. You could liken it to a dumpster. And it looks like there is some profanity.
They rolled it. They could have rolled it in. They could have easily rolled in a dumpster from the other side.
Okay, they rolled it in, and there is some profanity on it. So we do apologize to our viewers. That is out of our control at this point, given the breaking news element, the fluidity of this story.
Now I see the dumpster. I have a visual of it. Yes, that dumpster was around the corner of the street.
And is that providing them a shield?
Or whether... Yes, that's part of the deal.
Okay, so they're using that as a shield from authorities and the tear gas that's being deployed. You're seeing a lot of people, maybe some journalists that are right there in front. I see I see camera equipment out there and some protective vests, protective wear, not just those protesters waving flags. So now they are moving. That dumpster is being turned so it's parallel with those lined up officers, Christina.
Yep. And that means that this is going to become much more intense in the near future. Those officers are not going to put up with that for very long, understandably. This is a situation where they're trying to make a point and get a reaction at the same time. And they admit it. It's not like, everybody says it's a peaceful protest. And yes, it is a peaceful protest in as much as, protesters don't have guns or whatever. But at the same time, when you're sitting in front of your screens, some would have to say there's not something that you can describe as peaceful. You have to take that point of view too and listen to it.
This is not peaceful. We're seeing a whole lot of, I don't know, reflections that I'm seeing, some flashes of light, and now they're really, this is going to get, this is intensifying quickly. They're pushing the dumpster up toward the garage gate here at the loading dock.
Now the garage gate, so those have stoppers on the other side. They're not going to be able to get that through, but they're going to get close enough. And when they get close enough, that's when you're going to see the officers come out.
Can you see the one protester who's now coming out of the dumpster?
Yep, on top of it.
Yep.
You can see that. Okay, let me see if I can give you a vantage point of view. Yeah, he is jumping out from the dumpster.
And he's got a gas mask on.
The moment he tried... Yeah. No, these guys came ready. These guys are not kidding around. They have not done this. It's not the first time for many of them, And so this is that point of these things where the protesters change. The people who are here change, and you get these images. But again, I want to emphasize, this is not how this started. The people who were here earlier, were not, had nothing to do with this. This is not what they wanted to do. Like that woman in the package who said, there's a point in which you have to go.
Right.
These people are not going to go. And I'll tell you, this is going to go for a while. I will tell you, CHP has a mask on the side of the freeway. We haven't had that happen in a while, but CHP is lined up. I can't give you the visual from here because I can't turn the camera right now. But the freeway, if you are going to be driving in the downtown area, be aware there's a lot of traffic. The freeway on-ramps in the Aliso area are still open, but they may not be for long simply because CHP is taking a defensive position there, just in case.
So obviously these are people.
A lot of these you can hear me, how large,
Go ahead.
how large do you say the crowd is from your point of view? When I got here at 4 o'clock, the crowd was probably about 400, 300 people. Looking at it and this being a guess, are you still seeing that large of a crowd? Because a lot of people seem to be leaving now.
Well, the viewfinder of Skyfox right now is not all that wide. Let's just say that. So I would say 100 people, but it could be larger on either side. Is what I'm getting at. I don't have a full view, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I understand that because the crowd is not all here. You have some people near the freeway. You have some people, you still have some people on the other side of the federal building, but this is by far the most gathered, the most compact crowd, as it were. This is where the most people are all together doing whatever they're doing. The other ones are spread out, at least the ones in downtown LA. I have to say we've had no damage to businesses. We haven't had anything on the way here when they were marching over like that. I have seen no arrests.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Sorry, jumping in right now, Christina. Obviously, there's federal agents there. What about LAPD? Are we seeing a lot of LAPD officers out there working crowd control? Because this has not been declared an unlawful assembly as of yet.
No, it has not. LAPD is staying back. They are nearby. They are staging in the areas outside of the immediate front of the detention center. But they're here. They're making sure that the surrounding area remains open and unaffected. So that the train continues to run, that everything else keeps on going. And that's usually what they try to do because, you got to get people out. It's Friday afternoon, downtown LA. People are trying to get out, get in. You've got events going on nearby. And as long as this remains here and does not move from here, start marching down the street will be, this is probably what will happen. The problem will become more obvious later and that's why I was asking about the crowd. If the crowd begins to diminish now, we may end up with 50 people who are going to eventually be told that, the dispersal's out of order, that has not happened, and then those people begin to move. But if that doesn't happen, if the crowd disperses on its own in time, then all will be well. It depends, and I will tell.
For viewers who are looking at this shot from Skyfox, you may notice it comes in and out of the picture a drone that's flying horizontally back and forth over the dumpster and right in front of the federal officers and the crowd. Don't know who's controlling it. We learned yesterday in the annual crime report from LAPD, they have a drone program that they rely heavily on now for surveillance. I'm wondering if it's that. But let me get this straight with you as we see another protester inside the dumpster now lifting himself
Oh yeah, I see that long hair.
Yep, just kind of pulling himself back down again. Or I'm not sure, I'm seeing him unclear. Objects being thrown at officers. We've seen a travel drone being thrown at officers. Jurisdictionally, just so I can understand this for myself, Christina, you were talking about how LAPD sort of has the perimeter surrounded. Is it simply because they don't want to cross over into federal jurisdiction, or is this just a strategy?
As we have seen these things develop in the past, generally, they will allow the feds to take care of the immediate area in front of the detention center. Now, if the feds take the street in front of the detention center, if the mob spreads out towards the freeway and people can't get in and out, then LAPD becomes involved and helps with those NCHP. Because remember, the streets around the freeway, which is literally a block away, are from that. And I don't know how. Maybe we can give them a shot behind you. Let's show them how close the freeway is. If you can see here on the ground, we don't have to go far. See, from where I'm standing, you see where the lady with the flag is? Right behind her is the freeway. That's downtown freeway. That's Aliso. Okay? So if this crowd gets beyond this go beyond this block. And it then affects, and you see the vehicles over there to your left side. Those vehicles are moving, that traffic is flowing, people are getting in and out of the freeway. As long as that continues, then we're going to be seeing LAPD stay away from this. But so that's, I don't know if that answers your question. That would be CHP or LAPD. But they are keeping an eye on it, and I bet you some of those drones. We have at least 4 drones flying above us. I bet you some of those drones are there. Let me go back to our scene here because I think we have some more kids popping out of us. I thought they were gonna jump on the dumpster, but no, they're staying on the other side of the dumpster. It looks like I will tell you, I think this car goes a little bit slower. Yeah, I would agree. Some people are leaving. I would agree that some people may be just getting tired and they're going to be going home. Look, we know that these protests were planned for night and day, so maybe this was a daytime crowd that some may stick around, some may not. There could be other crowds popping up. Obviously, it's our job to bring you the latest from downtown and other areas because I mentioned this is happening across the country. This is happening in the Inland Empire. This is happening in Orange County. And when I say this, I don't mean exactly the same, but I do mean these anti-ICE protests in some way, shape, or form. Christina, you just have the I don't know if you see it, but that's your LAPD. This is the LAPD. Go ahead. LAPD helicopter is flying right above us right now. You might see it. They're the ones with that strobe jet light coming down to us. We have them going around us right now. So yeah, no, LAPD definitely keeping an eye on this. As long, usually, and I'm just going by what happens in the past from having been here before, as long as they stay here in front of the detention center, they will not get involved. Yes. It's sort of like when we cover the pursuits. If it's CHP territory, it's CHP territory. If it's on surface streets, it becomes LAPD territory or Orange County, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's jurisdiction. That makes sense. And this is not affecting, again, this is not affecting the area around us. If you're going to a game at Staples Center, I don't know if you own Staples Center, tells you how long I've been covering things. But, if you're going to be going to one of the games or to something, just keep in mind that that's still going on. That's not affected by this. This is very localized in front of the Staples Center. But you bring up what's going to run into traffic. Good point. It's Grammy weekend. The Grammys are on Sunday. In fact, Don Lemon was in town to cover that. He was taken into custody by federal authorities this morning. That's one of the stories that we will be covering. In the meantime, Christina, we're going to take a quick break and then check back with you momentarily. So to our viewers, stick around. Hopefully you're locked in on our coverage. You go and find us in the Fox Local app wherever you are. We are on the screen. All right, more coverage from downtown Los Angeles and beyond when we come back.